Hello, everyone. I pray that you have had a blessed Sunday today and that you took time to honor the Lord and spend some time with Him, even if you couldn't make it to a church building. So I'm on here today because I wanted to share with you another dream. And I mentioned in my previous video that I had a dream about two presidents. One of them is Joe Biden, and the other dream is about Donald Trump. Considering all the things that have happened recently, I think it's better that I go ahead and share the one about Donald Trump first, okay? So sometimes when I have these dreams, I audio record and I keep like an audio journal because I'll forget them later on if I don't sometimes. So I'll either record them or I'll write them like in my journal, or I'll grab my phone and go ahead and record it so that I can just look at it later. So this one I actually, as soon as I woke up, I just started writing in my notes in my phone. So I'm just gonna read it to you first, okay? So on February the 8th at 7:21 a.m., this is what I wrote. I dreamed that me and a few people, maybe four, were at a place that I owned. The room we were standing in had very little furniture, nice wood walls, and wood floors, very classic and clean. The building itself, the place itself almost looked like an old classic modern cigar lounge like you would see in the old romantic movies, or like when people used to dress like Breakfast at Tiffany's, almost like how the first ladies dress. Let me see. Kennedy's wife? Yes, more like her, that style of dress. And but yeah, the place itself reminded me like of some kind of lodge or cigar lounge or something. Okay, so we were just standing around talking like at a social event, and President Donald Trump was in the circle with us. He had a nice suit as usual. We heard a knock on the door, so I excused myself and went to get it. I opened the door and stepped outside. There was a man in black. I knew he was some kind of police enforcement, but he didn't have a normal police uniform. The front entrance, well, I had this in quotes. The front entrance was all white cement, and it looked kind of like a small landing pads for planes on a rooftop. I'll explain that in a minute. About 20 feet away was maybe two others, and one had a beige trench coat on. They were very relaxed and having their own conversation. The officer in black said, "Is Donald Trump here, ma'am?" I said, "Yes." He said, "We need to see him. We need him to come with us." So I turned and went back inside to tell him. I said, "The police are outside." And he said, "What?" And looked like what? I said, "Yes." They said, you need to go with them." And he kind of shrugged and made a sarcastic smirk of aggravation, as if to say, "What is it now?" Like, this is the way he looked when I told him. He was like, and he left. So I saw him walk over to them. He was not afraid, but I could tell he was aggravated by the whole gesture of these men showing up. So yeah, that's the dream. Like I said before, and a lot of the dreams I get, especially the ones that are prophetic or of the Lord, there's very much detail, and I could have wrote the amount of detail in that short dream for about 5 pages. The room that I was in, it looked like an old lodge or an old library or old cigar lounge. It gave me that kind of feel because it was all wood. There was wood shelving, there was books on the shelves, just like a library, and everyone was dressed like presidential, like, the ladies were dressed like a first lady would dress or something, and the people were like, Well dressed, very well dressed. They were really elegant, and there was very few people standing around, and they were talking like we were having some kind of network event. Um, so when the guy that had on black showed up to the door, and I opened it, you know how if you're checking your door and you shut the door behind you so they can't see who's in there. That's how I did. I kind of shut the door to give my guests some privacy. And I noticed the man had on all black. He had on a black suit. He had on like typical secret agent gear. But something was different about his uniform. I mean, the way he was dressed, and I knew that he was some kind of law enforcement. Um, but the way the door was when you walk out of the door, have you ever been to a rooftop building and when you go out that one door, there's immediate stairs right there? So that's how it was. It was all white, and I could see because you had to walk up 2 or 3 stairs to the left, and I could see the rooftop, and it was a rooftop, and it was all white, and it had a landing pad on it, and so there was a helicopter there, and that's where I was describing the other guys that was sitting off about 20 feet away, and they were having their own conversation. Kind of like, have you ever seen some kind of investigation going on, or some kind of sting operation, and there's nothing going on. They just, are discussing their plans of what they're going to do, or, what they're there for. So there was no foul play. There was nothing antagonizing about it, or, outrageous. They were just literally standing to the side, I guess, just discussing whatever they had going on while they were waiting for this agent to come and call Mr. Donald Trump out. They were respectful, but he himself was very aggravated. Like, I could tell in a dream that these people have been bothering him, they just kept pestering him. They were becoming like a nuisance, but he didn't put up a fight. He still, complied and went to see what they wanted, but he was just frustrated. Like, when someone tells you something and like, what now? Like, what? So yeah, that's what happened in the dream. And what everything is going on right now, I just thought that I should go ahead and share that one. And I had that dream February the 8th, 7:21 a.m. And I believe that we should pray for all of those in leadership, especially Mr. Trump, because all that he's been going through. And also pray for the one that's there now, because God can do some amazing things with whoever he wants to. And we have to pray even for the wicked ones, that they shall, have a change of heart. They will repent and turn to Christ. And so that he could bless them too and use them as well. And it is possible, even though it might seem impossible. But yes, so I think we should really pray for Mr. Trump according to this dream and his family. And you all have a blessed day. Thank you.